Hey folks, Captain Jim coming to you with another ride video. Today we're on our way to Eureka Springs, Arkansas, northwest part of the state. Come right along with us. Joan and I are out on the scoots once again today, heading towards Eureka Springs, Arkansas. We're going through some of the small towns along the way, as you can see here, and heading into the outskirts of Eureka Springs. Eureka Springs is a town of about 2,200 people, and it was originally started for people to come here for to soak in the waters of the springs. It has supposed healing qualities, as some of the other towns in the Ozarks, like Hot Springs and that, are well known for. Eureka Springs went through a rejuvenation of sorts in the 60s and early 70s. It's known for its pretty well preserved Victorian buildings in the historic districts, such as the Palace Bathhouse, the Basin Park Hotel, the Crescent Hotel, and all of these were built around the city's natural springs. It came back around in the 60s and 70s when the counterculture discovered it. The land was inexpensive, and they started building shops and artisan type places, and at first they were met with a little suspicion and distrust from the local folks, but as people found out that this was good for business, well, they came to have a mutual respect for each other, and now it's a popular tourist destination. As we roll through the historic downtown area of Eureka Springs, it goes on. In fact, you might even think it goes on and on. But there's a lot of older buildings in different states of preservation. But it's a pretty little community. And we've been here a few times over the years. I'll let you take a look at some of the buildings along the main drag. Some unique architecture, a lot of Victorian style places. The ride today was, I'm going to say, less than exciting. It's pretty much highway all the way from Harrison to Eureka Springs. And you wind up just cruising along 55 miles an hour for most of it, slowing down for the other small towns as you come through. And we've made the turn off the main drag here and are going a block behind that and heading back to the south, going through on one of the side streets there. It's pretty heavily wooded, and you back into where the structures are along the way. The streets are narrow and somewhat winding through town, with the buildings built right out to the edge of the sidewalk right in there. A lot of places that have no parking or if you can find parking on the street, it's metered, and there's a lot of paid parking lots there for $5 for 4 hours. We've walked through Eureka Springs before, so we kind of didn't feel the need for it today. We were just looking for a place to ride, and a lot of shops and that along the main drags here. And you can see it's not real busy in town today. Not a lot of people walking up and down the sidewalks. It's a very popular place for car and motorcycle and scooter gatherings, especially as we get closer into the fall months. There'll be a lot of pretty colors when these leaves all start turning, and that brings a lot of people into the area. We kind of like that we're here in what I would consider the shoulder season, so that we aren't dealing with crowds. And we're getting back on the highway once again here, and heading out of town, going south, making this a loop instead of doing just the highway over and the highway back. It's about an hour between Harrison and Eureka Springs. And as I was saying, that it's not a lot of twists and turns. There are other roads leading out of Eureka Springs more to the north and the northwest that do have more curves involved, but we were looking to keep the ride to about 3 hours today. It's nice highway, decent road surface, traffic was real light, so it would have been a really enjoyable motorcycle road if you're riding with something with a big fairing and just cruising along, eating up the miles. And our little scoots do a fine job with handling the highway speeds that we were riding today. Joan once again on her Yamaha X-Max 300, and I'm riding my Suzuki Bergman 200. Plenty of lush greenery all along the way, so the sights are pretty. And unlike the Maggie Valley area where we were last month or a few weeks ago, you can see more than just the trees here. The trees open up so you can see some of the rolling hills and that. They call it the Ozark Mountains, but I think the elevation gets you around 1,500 feet or so. And the cruising is easy and pleasant along this particular highway heading south out of Eureka Springs. And then we make a turn and start heading back east to pick up more of the loop to take us back into the Harrison area. See, I was triggering the shutter release for one of the cameras there. Most of the stuff on today's shoot was done with the Insta360 X4, and a little bit of the other footage where you're looking through the windshield that you saw earlier was from the DJI Osmo Action 4. So that'll pretty much wrap it up for today's ride. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us, and thanks for riding along, and we'll look forward to visiting with you in our next ride video.